Hi everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of The Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 13, Episode 7, She Said, She Said. Alright guys, I am going to be watching this episode as I film so that you will get my genuine reactions this week. All I know so far is this one is about celebrating Vicky's birthday, I think. And as we know, last year, Vicky's birthday party did not include Shannon and Tamra, but it did include Gretchen Rossi and that bitchy gay guy who was spreading the rumors about Eddie being gay. So it might have been a better party last year. Okay, I'm gonna start watching. The opening scene is Shannon working out with her trainer, and he's young and cute, and every time he tells her to do something, Shannon is turning it into a double entendre or some sort of sexual thing, and it's really creepy. Oh, Shannon, sweetie, it's making you look so pathetic. Not only does she giggle and laugh every time he tells her to like squat or thrust her, bring your hips forward. Oh, Shannon. He doesn't care. He just wants you to work out and get paid. But as if that's not bad enough, she then breaks into her story about how she is divorced and not ready to date. Because she doesn't like how she looks and she doesn't like, oh God. He's a 20-year-old trainer. He's not your therapist. I mean, I don't know how much this kid is getting paid, but probably not as much as an actual psychiatrist, which is maybe where you should be sharing these things. Just saying. She's working out in Spanx. Shannon has a Spanx addiction. I'm not even sure if that's healthy. This poor kid. She's telling him, I want my stomach to go in further than my boobs. You know, I'm not ready to date. Oh God. Shannon, leave this boy alone. He actually is pretty sweet to her. He tells her that, you know, I think every day you're gonna build your confidence. He's like, and you look great. So that was kind of sweet. Oh, Eddie and Tamra are having a little double date with Emily and Shane. Let's see how this goes. Hey, already it's a little bit weird because when Tamra and Eddie arrive, Eddie gives Emily a big hug. Eddie and Shane hug. Emily and Tamra hug. Shane gives Tamra a little wave. Okay. He hugged Eddie, but Tamra just gets a wave? I don't know. They're talking about Eddie's health a little bit, and I guess there's a medication that the doctors think Eddie should take, but Eddie said, they know I'm not going to take it. So he's not taking it. He is taking the blood thinner because if he doesn't, he could have a stroke, but I don't know what one he isn't taking. It's probably the one that makes him tired all the time. That's just my guess. I don't know. I wonder how dangerous it is or whatever that he's not taking it. I don't know. That would frustrate me if I were Tamra and my husband wasn't doing like everything he needed to. Okay. Well, that conversation is over because now Tamra says to Shane, I heard you threw Gina out of your house. Oh, but let's hear what he has to say. Okay, he's saying, I asked her several times to keep it down. I've got kids up here. Please try and keep it down. And Eddie goes, you kicked her out? Oh my God. He goes, no, I did not kick her out. I welcomed her to stop being so loud and obnoxious. Oh my God. That's actually probably worse. Eddie says, I probably would have done the same thing. No, you wouldn't have. You're trying to be nice. Okay, now Emily says to the confession cam that my husband is very sarcastic. He likes to engage in that kind of witty banter. I think some people think he's being serious when he's not. Then we cut back to Shane, who says, she thinks I'm being sarcastic, but really there's a lot of truth to it. And then Emily goes, see, that's sarcasm. Is it though? Okay, so Tamra is coming away from this little double date thinking that Shane's humor is a little dry, but maybe he's misunderstood. I think he's a good guy. I don't know. But at the very end, Eddie says, so this was nice. We had fun. And Tamra said, yeah, I'm not so afraid of you anymore. And Shane goes, were you afraid of me? Sorry to disappoint. And Tamra goes, no, I'm being sarcastic. And there's a little truth to it. Next, we are at Kelly's house, and she and Jolie are making brownies. And Kelly's talking about how Jolie calls her out on everything, and she's 12 now, and she's getting a little sassy, I guess. She thinks that she and Michael have spoiled Jolie. And then she points out that, I mean, she went to camp on a private jet. What? Where did she go to camp? So Kelly has decided she is going to take Jolie to volunteer at a soup kitchen. Next, we are at Vicky's house, and it's after work. Vicky's on the couch. Steve brings her a glass of wine. They're sitting together, and Vicky is scrolling through her Instagram pictures. And she said, oh, I was looking at one of these comments, and this person thinks that this picture looks like it could be our engagement announcement. And we get to see it, and it's cute. It's a picture of them walking in a wooded area. And Steve, ever the romantic, looks at it and said, looks like us walking. Okay. Thanks, Steve. Okay, next, the new girls, Gina and Emily, are meeting at a mall shopping. Gina is filling in Emily on what was said after she left the restaurant. And I knew this was going to come back to bite Shannon in the butt, and it is. Because Gina is telling her that Shannon was comparing her bad marriage to Emily's current marriage. Emily says, I don't appreciate people having opinions about my marriage when they don't know my marriage. Here's a thought. Don't broadcast your marriage on The Real Housewives of Orange County. I wouldn't want people having opinions about my marriage either. But guess what? I don't televise it. To the confession cam, Emily said, I'm pissed. How can I take that comment any other way than derogatory? I mean, you're just talking out your mouth. How dare she talk out of her mouth? I think she meant to say that Shannon was talking out her ass. Oh my God, you guys. Kelly and Jolie are showing up at the soup kitchen. Kelly's dressed like a homeless person. You don't have to dress like a homeless person to serve them food. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure that that little puff on her hat is mink, and that her flea-bitten sweatshirt probably cost $700, but it's, wow. Wow. Aww. Jolie said that was the best experience ever. That was sweet. That whole scene was actually very sweet. One of the men thanked them both for volunteering, and other than the fact that I'm afraid that somebody is going to try and hand Kelly some money and help her get a leg up, I think that whole scene was pretty cool. Okay, now we're at Tamra's house. Her mom is there, and this scene opens with like a close-up of Tamra and Eddie, like a little plaque from when they got married. Then we focus in on a whole pile of pills, probably that Eddie has to take. Then we focus on a crutch in the corner, like Tiny Tim lives there. It's just bizarre. I don't know. I mean, I guess Bravo's trying to tell us that, you know, these two are having some health issues. Tamra's mom tells her that she's dating a plumber who smokes weed for some reason. Tamra's like, praise Jesus that mom has a boyfriend. But why didn't she tell me about it earlier? Where was the plumber when water was squirting out of my wall? Side note, if Tamra's mom bought her top at Costco, then I have the same one. Okay, so they sit down on the couch, and Tamra is annoyed with Shannon. This is just the tip of the iceberg. She's starting to tell her mom that it bothers her that Shannon's not coming to her for advice. on being healthy. She said, you know, she sees that Eddie and I live a healthy lifestyle, yet I'm going to pick out gym equipment with her, and she's hired a personal trainer, and we have all that stuff at Cut Fitness, and if she wanted a trainer to come to her house, we have that too. So she said, it feels like she doesn't trust me, and that's really kind of getting on Tamara's nerves. I actually understand that. I think I would feel a little hurt too. Okay, now they're talking about Shannon's divorce settlement, and Tamara's mom seems to think that Shannon is screwing David out of money that he doesn't have. Does he even have that kind of money? Well, yes, it's based on his income. It's a weird stance for Tamara's mom to take, so I'm not really sure where that's even coming from. But then Tamara is, oh my gosh, this is such hyperbole. Tamara, of course, is going overboard to say, yeah, she called me frantic on the phone because David said I'm not paying her utilities anymore, which he shouldn't be, right? And Shannon called me on the phone frantic. I didn't know we had to pay for water. Okay. That tells me two things. One, Shannon didn't really pay attention to bills at all or know where the money was going, that was probably David's thing all along. And two, Tamara is really irritated with Shannon because the way she's telling it is not very flattering to Shannon. So I think there's a lot of stuff that's maybe building up with Tamara. I think maybe for a long time now, Shannon has been the focus of this relationship in terms of, like, you know, crying on Tamara's shoulder about her divorce and always making it about her. And, you know, it's not like it surprises me that Shannon is self-centered, right? But it does surprise me that Tamara's not, because Tamara's kind of the same way. Anyway, I guess Shannon still is in this mindset of, I'm going to call Tamara when I need to vent or when I need to talk about something or when I need a shoulder to cry on. I'm calling Tamara. And Tamara's finally saying, listen, I got a lot of crap going on in my life right now too. You don't ever ask me about Eddie's health. I mean, now I'm hobbling around on one foot. It's feeling one-sided. You guys, this could be Carol and Bethany 2.0. We'll see how far it goes. Although I will say this, I think in real life, they are still friends. So I guess it doesn't go that bad. But right now, Tamara is just not feeling Shannon so much. Okay, so it's Vicky's big golf birthday party, and all the ladies are there. They're in 2 groups of 3 in their golf carts. Shannon is with Emily and Kelly, and Vicky, Tamara, and Gina are in the other cart. To be honest with you, it's kind of boring. Right before they go eat, the little group of 3 that includes Shannon, Emily, and Kelly are talking, and Emily brings up to Shannon, so I was talking to Gina, and she told me that you were concerned for my marriage or my safety, something about abuse, and Shannon's like, what? No, I would never do that. I did say that Shane being mad that people were being loud and with kids in the house reminds me of something that David would do. I did make that comparison, but I never said abuse. And to the confession cam, Shannon's like, are you kidding me? With the accusations about David and my marriage, I would never do that. I would never say that or use that word. So the lunch starts off with a very nice toast to happy birthday to Vicky and Shannon. They're celebrating both of their birthdays. And, oh, congratulations, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. And then Shannon says, I have a question for the table. Who put the word abuse in the mouth of Shannon Bedore? Okay, here we go. So Emily says to Gina, well, you know, I told Shannon that you told me that she was maybe worried about me and my relationship, that maybe I was in some sort of abusive, and Gina goes, I never said that. I never said that. I never said abusive. And she didn't. And neither did Shannon. So this is like a game of telephone, because I don't necessarily think Emily's lying. I think that Emily was so hurt by this conversation happening behind her back about her marriage that she just was taking it so hard, and maybe that's even where her brain went. Oh my gosh, they're acting like I'm in an abusive relationship. And so now she's throwing the word abusive out there without really meaning to be lying about it. It's just that's how it felt to her. That's my take on it. So Gina corrects it. You know, Gina's not going to own that. She goes, I didn't say that. And then Vicky looks over at Emily and goes, are you making things up, Emily? And Emily goes, no, of course not. Why would I make that up? But Gina's going, I never said that, ever. Oh my God. Well, I never thought I would be accused of having the same thought process as Tamra Judge, but Tamra now in her confessional just said, it's like a game of telephone. Okay, so Emily's like, do you want to go talk about it? And Gina goes, yes, let's, because you're my friend. Let's go talk. All right, let's go. And Gina goes, yes, let's go aggressively. Because that is exactly how she was saying it. Oh, God, I think I really like Gina. Okay, so now the four that are left at the table, Vicky, Shannon, Tamra, and Kelly. Shannon said, I can't even believe this is happening. Tamra, you're the one that even brought up Emily's marriage, and now I'm being chastised for it. And Tamra goes, oh, don't blame this on me, Shannon. And she goes, I'm not, Tamra, I'm not. I'm just saying you're the one that brought it up, and we were all talking about it, but I'm the one that's getting blamed. And Tamra goes, you are. You're blaming me. And she goes, I'm not. And now Kelly's piping up, you are. You're blaming her. You are. She's not blaming her. She just said she brought it up first. But Tamra's taking it way out of proportion. Of course, because you guys, we know that Tamra already is predisposed to being angry with Shannon. Shannon doesn't know this, but we do. So Tamra's like, I'm not the one that said, he reminds me of David Bedore, the way he's acting. That was you. Oh, all right. Now we get to see some footage of Gina and Emily. They went for a walk. They're talking. And Gina's like, listen to me. I've got your back. And look at me in the eyes. And Emily picks up her sunglasses and she goes, I'm not talking about you behind your back. I'm trying to give you the other side of it by telling you what the ladies were saying. That's it. And I know this is harder on you than it is me. And Emily goes, yeah, because my husband's around and your husband isn't. Oh, snap. Just the look on Gina's face is like, okay. All right. Thank you. We're going there apparently. And she starts to walk away, and Emily's like, well, what? Now you're going to walk away? And she goes, yeah, I am going to walk away, because that was really foul. And it was. Back at the table, Shannon's trying to make nice now, and she's like, listen, this is their drama that they're trying to drag us into. Whether Gina said abusive or not, that's between those two ladies, and, you know, they're trying to drag us into it. And Tamra goes, yeah. Because you said something. You talked about their marriage. That makes perfect sense to me. She's trying to defend her husband. Oh boy. Kelly, you're not helping. Kelly's like, of course. Yeah, of course. Of course you would defend your husband. Shannon's like, you're right. I did. I made my comment. And then later I said, you know what? I shouldn't be projecting my marriage onto her. Tamra's not having it though. When somebody talks about your husband, it's hurtful. That's another like sensitive subject for Tamra too though, right? If I were Vicky at this point, I would be like crawling under the table, hoping it doesn't turn back to Eddie being gay. Finally, Kelly says to Tamra, all right, you don't have to attack her, meaning Shannon. Thank you, Kelly. Back to Gina and Emily. Somehow Emily got out of that. I don't know if I would have let her get away with it, but Gina says to her, I promise you I'm being your friend. So can we be done with this? We put that baby to bed? Can we put a pacifier in its mouth? Can we give it a bottle? And she's like, okay. So let's just shut up about it. Okay? Okay. And they hug. Back at the table again, Tamra, when somebody goes after your husband, as a wife, you are defensive. And then we see Vicky. Oh, Vicky looks like she's having the worst birthday ever. She doesn't want the subject to go there, to a wife defending her husband over false accusations, right? That is the last topic of discussion that Vicky Gunvalson wants to have. Okay, now Shannon had lost me, because now Shannon is saying, listen, when I own that I made that comment, but I apologized for it, and then she attacks me on the golf course. Did she bringing it up? That's attacking? No. Emily didn't attack you on the golf course. If anybody was attacked on the golf course, it was Vicky when Tamra straddled her and was pouring alcohol down her throat. That to me felt more aggressive. Now Vicky gets up from the table and she goes to see Emily and Gina and try to get them back to the table and say, come on, we're all friends. And they're like, yeah, we're good. And they're all heading back to the table. Meanwhile, Kelly, Shannon, and Tamra are still talking about it. We know this. Tamra's mad about other stuff, but she is going to make this be the issue that she finally confronts Shannon over, which is stupid because Shannon doesn't get it. Shannon's finally like, you know what? I don't need this. So she gets up from the table and starts to walk away. So now it's just Kelly and Tamra at the table, and Kelly says, oh, come on, you know that's not what she said. You made her upset. Tamra goes, too bad. Shannon comes back and says, Tamra, do you know what I go through every day? All the stuff I have to go through with my husband, blah, blah, blah. And then she storms off again. Tamra turns to Kelly and goes, this is what she does. She turns everything around and she makes it about her. Well, that's really kind of what Tamra's doing right now. But I do get it because Shannon was also doing it. Shannon was getting way off track. But Shannon goes storming off and she's taken off her microphone and everything. And she goes into the clubhouse and we get a to be continued. Yes, that is where we are ending this episode. Okay, I feel like when I do these videos where I'm watching the episode and then reporting, they always seem to be much longer than usual. So I'm just going to pick a couple of quick comments from you guys. I have to mention these because so many times you guys make me laugh out loud. So I'm just going to pick a couple of funny ones today. Katoria H. Hi, Katoria. Kelly's date. LMAO. Nah, I'm gonna need my date to put on pants and not be high. Basically, I need my date to make an effort. Oh my God, so funny, Katoria. Thank you for that comment. And Patricia Buck. Hi, Patricia. Can't wait to see who or what the matchmaker comes up with for Shannon. I know, right? The milkman? Does he deliver the milk or does he actually milk the cows first? He's very cute, but too young for Miss Tequila straight up. Yeah, I agree. He was cute, but I don't think he could be a father figure for Jolie, let's put it that way. All right, thank you guys. You make me laugh. Thank you for your comments so much. As always, don't forget to subscribe to Jill Informed if you haven't already. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Keep the comments coming. I love to hear from you guys. And I hope to see you next Monday at 1 p.m. Central Time for the next recap of The Real Housewives of Orange County. Bye-bye.